Hi, my name is Sean Simons. Welcome to Privacy in the Workplace presentation. Privacy in the workplace. What laws govern privacy? What can an employer monitor? Are employees subjected to privacy laws? Electronic Communications Privacy Act prohibits a third party from intercepting or disclosing communication without authorization. Fourth Amendment protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government. However, it is not a guarantee against all searches and seizures, but only those that are deemed unreachable under the law. Employee rights. Electronic monitoring, computers, emails, internet usage, company telephone, video surveillance, web searches are all employer rights. Computer monitoring. Company assigned computers employer has the right to monitor. Policies should be put in place that clearly dissolve and expectations of privacy, personal files, password protected documents. Use of personal computer for work may be subjected to discovery in litigation if subpoenaed. Employees generally are allowed to monitor your activity on a workplace computer or workstation. Since the employer owns the computer network and the terminals, he or she is free to use them to monitor employees. Technology exists for your employer to monitor almost any aspect of your computer or workstation. Employees are given some protection from computer and other forms of electronic monitoring under certain circumstances. Union contracts, for example, may limit the employer's right to monitor. Also, public sector employees may have some minimal rights under the United States Constitution, in particular the Fourth Amendment, which safeguards against unreasonable search and seizures, which I mentioned earlier. Email monitoring. Company email, property of the company also. Employer can access personal email access on company computer. Employer do not have the right to access without consent. If an email system is used at a company, the employer owns it and is allowed to review its contents. Messages sent within the company as well as those that are sent or received to or from another person or company can be subject to monitoring by your employer. This may include online email accounts such as Gmail as well as instant messages. Employees should assume that their email is being monitored and is not private. Social media monitoring. Using the internet with company equipment, employer can monitor. A written policy should be in place. Social networking. An employee should use caution when disciplining. An employer should use caution when disciplining an employee for disparaging comments made. There should be a written social policy also. Many companies have social media policies that limit what you can and cannot post on social networking sites about your employer. Some states have laws that prohibit employers from disciplining an employee based on off-duty activity on social networking sites, unless the activity can be shown to damage the company in some way. In general, posts that are work-related have the same potential to cause the company damage. Anti-discrimination laws prohibit employers from disciplining employees based on age, race, color, religion, national origin, or gender. Telephone monitoring. Business telephone may be monitored. Employee has consent or business extension exemptions. Employer cannot monitor personal calls on business phone. Cell phone issued by company. Policy should disclose expectation of privacy. Monitoring should be done for legitimate business purposes. In most instances, employers may listen to your phone calls at work. For example, employers may monitor calls with clients or customers for reasons of quality control. However, when the parties to the call are all in California, state laws require that they be informed that the conversation is recorded or monitored by either putting a beep tone on the line or playing a recorded message. Federal law, which regulates phone calls with persons outside the state, does allow unannounced monitoring for business-related calls. Video monitoring can be used to maintain security in the workplace. Must comply with ECPA if recording audio. Federal law do not prevent video monitoring. Video monitoring is a commonly used method for deterring theft, maintaining security, and monitoring employees. Federal law does not prevent video monitoring even when the employee does not know or consent to being monitored. In some instances, courts have upheld employee privacy. Specifically, some courts have sided with employee privacy in instances where the monitoring has physically invasive, such as hidden cameras in locker rooms or bathrooms. Some state laws may have restrictions on where, how, and why an employer may videotape employees. Labor unions may negotiate limitations on video recordings of unauthorized workers. Union members should speak with a union representative if they have concerns about workplace video monitoring. Workplace searches. Clear expectations of privacy. Company property versus employee property. Policies should be established. Valid search reasons why an employer should search an employee based on suspicion, violation of company policy, drug and alcohol policy, weapons in the workplace, or confidentiality. Reasonable searches. Employers should use discretion, use other methods of investigation, use appropriate scope. Do not force employee to submit to a search. A witness should be present during the search. Responsibilities of employer. Clearly communicate workplace policy. Train managers and employees. Have a process in place. Enforce company policy. In summary, privacy in the workplace is a combination of employee rights and employer. The key to monitoring employees is to dissolve any expectation of privacy. Ensure all employees review policy. Have employees sign policy notices. Thank you.